What's up? Welcome to Zion's Extreme, and I'm here with people call him Caesar, but you guys know him as Reason. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Nah, we good. We chilling. We caught you up here in Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth studio album,
Mm-hmm.
Love Girls.
What else?
I mean, let's take it off from the beginning. Audio 3D that you did. You've dropped some hits, Bump the Cheese Up, No Sleep. You made a lot of MCs, go back into the studio and rewrite their rhymes. And now, I mean, we listened to Love Girls from track 1 to track 14, the amount of features. Tell us, how did that project, started off?
Well, originally it started off as a creative project between me and the Boyz Upstairs. We both had points to prove, I guess, if you want to call it that. They were trying to establish themselves in the industry because up till so far they've been working individually. It was Hope, it was Instro, it was Caesar. So they've pretty much come together, and I'm kind of like the 3.5 in it because I make beats, but I'm not like a producer. So I always make beats, and they come and fix them and make them sound better. But so it's like 3.5 people, if you include me as a half. So the whole idea was to really just create a project that they could completely say, yo, this is the type of stuff that we do. This is what we're bringing to the table. Because a Gemini has a name for himself. An Anati has a name for himself. A Tweezy has a name for himself. Ruff has a name for himself. So he was just, the guys were just trying to make a name for themselves. So this is pretty much their first job as a collective, our first job as a collective. And then on the other hand, for me, it was really about, getting out of the, are you going to do trap? Are you going to do boom bap? Are you going to go old school? Are you going to come back? What you going to do? Conversation, and just saying, fam, how about we make you think?
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how about we make you think? How about we make you look at life different? Because that's really what the essence of what the Reason brand is, and I guess that is the point, is to go back to the essence of what the Reason brand is. I mean, we can do a rigorous and trap all we want, you know what I mean? And we can do a flavors and, be heavy as we want, but at the same time, we can also do a celebrity and be like, as thoughtful as we want.
I mean, you spoke about flavor.
Yeah.
And from the first track, Songs About Girls, we started off with a funky style, retro, and then towards the chorus, as soon as we went deep into the song, it was a little bit trap, but we still kept that retro feel, How did that come about? Why Songs About Girls as the first track on the album?
Well, first of all, when I heard the beat, when the guys played me the beat, I always imagined it to be like the opening credits of this movie, because there was a time when we were like, yo, this thing needs to be a movie. We were trying to make a movie out of this thing. So when I heard that, I heard the opening credits, and I was like, this is just, there's no way I'm gonna rap about anything here. I gotta just intro the thing, just get it started. And also, it's almost like just a nice way to kind of set you up for the following track, because Dangerous is a very heavy and serious song, and so before you just get straight into that, because I had ambitions of just starting the album with Dangerous. That's really what I wanted to do.
And you'll make it.
But then somewhere I think I started getting soft after listening to the album. I started getting soft, and then I found this beat, and then I just decided, let me start it nicely first before I set you up. But even that is an example of not trying to be in the conversation of, are we doing trap? Are we doing old school? Are we doing? It's just, it's a bunch of creatives who just came together and decided to, just make a really cool project.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to say you were going soft on the album, even though you went hard. But I mean, you had bars. I mean, you had this voice note play on most of the songs, which was very touchy, and it's basically experience from, I could say, different women,
Right.
I mean, how did that, was that real voice note, or was that like recorded? Put us into it,
Those were all real, man. Damn. So after we made the album, I think just as we finished making this album, out came this whole Man of Trash thing. And I say that with respect. I'm not saying like this men are trash thing, but like our king men are trash. And it became an awkward time in South Africa because there was a very, very sensitive matter where guys were really being very abusive to women in various ways. And so we started looking at the album with some, originally it started out as just these I guess episodes or experiences that I had with different women, and I decided to write songs about that. And it just started out as really like that. Me and this girl had a fight. Write a song about it. I just hooked up with this girl in the club, and we had a long ass conversation, and she was telling me about her background. Write a song about it. And so on and so forth. So it really started out as just that, and then when that pops off, you were just like, this looks like a representation of what guys do or what guys go through, because the whole album goes through levels of vulnerability, stupidity, compassion, expressions of love, expressions of disappointment, expressions of regret, expressions of ignorance as well. So it's like, it's not even trying to be good, it's just being, bare, if you want to call it that. So the voice notes came in, when we were done, and we were like, it would be interesting if we could actually get girls to rather speak on who they think they are, because we had already labeled that, this song is about the club girl, that song is about the other girl, this song is about, the happy girl, this song is about the blessed girl, so I sent out a message to girls with a long list of them saying blessed girl, working girl, a happy girl, other girl, which girl would you say you've been and why, or what led you to that?
True.
More specifically, if it's a guy, because that was the bottom line. Was crazy thing is, we hook up with girls and then they flip up on us and we're like, oh, that's a crazy,
yeah,
true,
true,
it's crazy. Meanwhile, it was a guy that actually made her, that messed it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the reality of what the album, brings out, and the voice notes.
I'm gonna go more specifically when there's a song called So Beautiful.
Right.
Before we go to So Beautiful, Molly Cyrus.
Yeah.
Prescription.
Yeah.
Man, I think on that song, you were like, okay, let me remind you guys that I still do this this trap music, but but I'll be more sensitive into it. Like, how did that song ended up on Love Girls? Like, how did that come about?
Originally it was always the beat, with all the songs, it's always been the beat, you know what I mean? The guys really gave me some really dope beats. This album's really got like some really cool beats. Originally we'd been playing around with the whole joke of just Molly Cyrus and happiness, and the fact that there is a drug called Molly's that makes people happy, but there's someone that you can call some sort of a prescription rather than an addiction, which is always the problem that we always have to fix. Is we're not talking about the addiction, we're talking about the prescription. You know what I mean? We're talking about the human metaphor of what could actually be a positive representation of what you call Molly, and you actually write about a girl called Molly Cyrus. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at Miley Cyrus at the same time, like I don't have to explain it to you. If you look at Miley Cyrus, she's the happy girl who's just doing what she wants, always excited, and at the same time she's got her moments where she likes to be a girl. So, and that's, to me, is a lot of girls. You know what I mean? And guys generally like girls like that, girls that are just out there and like to have fun, and also have their moments where they like feel a bit vulnerable or whatever, because it gets us going, you know what I mean, to know that you can be or match up with somebody who's just always in a good mood and always lifts you up, you understand, but at the same time has the ability to be grounded enough to just chill with you, because that's what the verses talk about, just chilling, unwinding, and I got a lot on my mind, make it bounce, man. Just make it go, there's a lot of shit going on, so some girls know how to do that.
I mean, the message in your album is about basically a man, you're trying to paint a picture where situations that have been happening in SA, men abuse, and, women's perspective on this subject, and you featured Questa, Mosley, Monel, BK, who killed it in the and how was it easy? convincing them, you know, on this topic, on this project, you know, because I know everybody have their own idea and mindset. So, you know, so was it how was the journey making them understand, yo, this is what I want to talk about on this project, and I want you to be on board?
I think everybody thought I was crazy. I think everybody thought I was crazy because the guys were like, why are you making an album about girls? What's going on? Like, what's the big deal? Like, okay, and where's this gonna go? You know, but you know, I always had to. The cool thing about it is, you know, what I ended up enjoying was that I always had to paint a picture.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, getting the guys that I got was purely because those are the people I was around most of the time. You know. So it's not a matter of, you know, you call that person just because, you know, for the numbers. You know, we didn't get Questa because he won awards. We got Questa because we were hanging out with Questa a lot. And, you know, in came this idea of actually making him jump on the song. And that's how we got, you know, Nomuzi on board because she was busy recording her music at our studio at Cool Out at the rooftop. So she was always around. So I was like, yo, I got some work. You know, you want to check this out? Yeah. A-Line, Mello B. Jones, those are all people who, you know, are pretty much close cycle, you know, but when it came to presenting it, it was very easy because a lot of people, I think, you know, kind of liked the idea of not knowing where this is going, but just going with the concept. Because when you're presenting it to Nomuzi and you're saying, yo, man, so this album's about girls. First of all, I made the beat, right? The guys fixed it. You rap, I make the beat. That's the feature. I just do the hook, you rap. Okay, what are we rapping about? I want you to be the baddest. Baddest, what you mean? Okay, here's the theory. So there's this whole album that we're working on. It's about different types of girls, and this one time I needed a girl to speak. So here you go, please represent the baddest. What's your level of baddest? So she presented that. BK, same thing. Yo, you've been saying that you feel like, you know life has taken you through some steps that will make you feel like ish, I'm slightly bruised, you know what I'm saying? So why don't we rap about it? If a guy said this to you, what would you say? So I play the verses and then she listens. She's like, okay, cool. Questa, same thing. Yo, I got the song. Yo, it's about the bad bads. It's about the naughty girls now because the naughty girls, you know. So you kind of build it with everybody, and you know, everyone looks at it or kind of imagines it as like a puzzle that comes together because even we didn't really know it was gonna sound like this when we came up with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of stuff like came together and made it like sound cooler. But yeah, getting them on board was just, it was easier than I thought.
I mean, and for us in Zanzibar Stream, basically as an artist, a lot of artists don't really like to touch on subject like that. You know, they don't want to feel like they're trying to divide, you know, fans, because there will be some fans that be like, yeah, I think the album spoke too much, or I think the album didn't speak too much. But I mean,
really?
I don't know. I'm just voicing out, you know, because
yo, drop some comments. Let's see if you do. Make me understand. I don't. Yeah, maybe help us. Maybe this
help.
Not even hate. Just
true.
Educate. Just like yo, okay, this is where you missed it. If we did, but you know, I would have thought that we were trying to. Because the thing about this album is, it's not based on trying to be right. You know what I mean? It's not saying, hey, I'm innocent or I'm different or nah. It's like, this is, yo, you guys are right. This is the story, you know. But you know, it just presents a more, I guess, human approach of actually having the conversation as opposed to, you know, dodging it, you know, or not having it, or not having it. Yeah. It's like, why not have it? You know what I mean? I got a daughter, I got a sister, I got a girl, I got a mom. You know what I mean? So I can see why we would want to have, you know, an album like this exist. You know, and at the same time, like, real talk. And I'm sorry, but like, if not me, who else? Like, who's gonna do it?
Who's gonna give you the reason?
I think this is me actually. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can do everything else that they want to do. I mean, that's what y'all do anyway. You know, you're in the club. You know, making music that makes people feel good, making people that makes, you know, music that makes people dance. I think everybody got a lane. You know what I mean? And I think this is probably like the best thing that could actually come from, I guess, an artist such as a Reason, right? Yeah. In this day and age, you know, who else would you rather have the conversation other than Reason? The best rapper alive.
Definitely. Hey, you heard it. You heard it from Zanzibar Stream. You heard it. So beautiful. Was that a song for someone specifically, or I mean, you said some lines that when someone hears that song, you definitely know, okay, yeah, Reason is talking about someone. Reason is
who, bro?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, I want to know.
First of all the girls on this album shall remain anonymous. So you won't know who they are about. You know, so I don't know who, bro. I mean, that's how dope the lyrics are, right? It just sounds like it's so real. It sounds
so real, you know?
Like, you know this person. Like, who is this person?
Man.
The album is based on a true story. Everything is based on a true story. Yeah, there's a bit of fiction for the hooks. But you know, the point is, you know, we tried our very best to actually try and keep it close to home, because this is still a Reason album. You know, as much as it's produced by the Boyz Upstairs, and you know, as much as it touches on, you know, different, you know, aspects of, you know, our lives and our relationships, it still is a Reason album, you know, and every Reason album has always had, you know, a level of straight, you know, raw honesty, you know, and I think as much as we covered it up nicely here because we kept it on one aspect of, you know, a certain life, you know, I think every song you can think about it and you can take it in as, wow, you know, that's something that actually happens, you know, in someone's life. That's something that happened in this person's life in the space of a year and a half, you know, in between switching from, you know, being signed to, you know, being independent, you know what I mean, having to go from having an options of a lot of beats to working with a team and trusting that team and believing in that team, knowing that they'll produce the work, you know, and actually just putting it together and finding, you know, assembling a record label technically for yourself, you know what I mean, getting a PR company, getting a sampling person, it's a lot of work, you know what I mean. So in between all of that, you know, this is all, you know, all factual, and it's really about leaving it up to your imagination. Yeah, I leave it up to your imagination. You know what I mean? I could have dissed somebody. I could have dissed somebody.
Yeah, true. Huh?
I could have dissed somebody, and you would have been like, "So who you talking about, B? Who that is?" You know? But yeah, it's at least now it's a different conversation. You know, it's a message of love as opposed to hate. You know? Yeah.
You could see from the art cover, you know, the tapes in the shape of love.
He gets it.
You know, so like from a fan,
a lot of people don't get it.
Hey man, they're gonna get it, man. They will get it.
They're like, I love the tapes, and it's a hot.
Yeah, you did a song with Gemini Major, you know. I mean, Gemini is a crazy producer, first of all, and then at the same time, him being on the song with you. I mean, who made that beat? Was it you or Gemini?
Well, the whole album was produced by the Boyz Upstairs, but you know, Gem was like the best person to call for the joint. You know, I've known Gemini ever since he was like he was posing as like a student at Wits. Yeah, he was posing because he was actually out there making beats, trying to get signed. So he's, you know, there's very few people I trust with the concept of trapping. You know, because I will never run around acting like I'm a trap genius. I trap, as in like you go to the trap house and then it's trapping, and then you start trapping. Everybody's trapping. But you know, when it comes to making the music, man, there's people out there who really have the geniusness, you know, that you really, you know, get to learn a lot from when it comes to, you know, things like collaborating. You know, and that's one person I like collaborating with when it comes to, you know, creating a specific sound, and all the time is pretty much like a really, really good vibe for me to actually say, yo, let's spin something. You know, we've since done a lot of, you know, a lot of other features as well, a lot of other work. So it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
So should we be expecting any visuals coming out soon, you know?
Yeah, definitely. If there's one thing I'm obsessed about right now, is visuals. You know, these kids listen with their eyes.
True.
You know, they don't even know the album out until they see the videos. And it's like, where are these videos coming from? Are you dropping something?
Yeah.
So you're on the internet right now. Tell everybody. It's not about you finding out and then you sit there by yourself. Tell everybody the album is out. Love Girls. Go get it.
True. Yeah, you guys heard it from the man himself, man. Reason, out here in Cape Town with Mzansi Stream. We're still going to be hanging out with Reason at the listening section at Kenilworth. So you guys better stay tuned. It's your boy Gilbert Frog, Mzansi Stream. Thanks a lot, Reason, man.
Easy, man.
Thanks.
One time.